What's going on this Wednesday morning, everybody? This is the Iceman, the one and only Iceman, the most controversial and unpredictable man here on YouTube.com. And, with all the hoopla going on with everybody raving and talking about the WWE Raw this past Monday night and the Rollins Orton main event in the shadows, there is still another couple other wrestling promotions, and one of them is TNA Impact Wrestling, which airs tonight on Spike TV. Um, Bobby Roode, the newly crowned TNA World Heavyweight Champion, will be there. He'll speak his piece. He'll talk about what he had to overcome to defeat the Destroyer Lashley. Also, we're going to see Bram and Magnus team up and go up against in a hardcore match none other than Devon and Tommy Dreamer, and the finals of the tag team tournament. Low Key and Samoa Joe go up against the Hardy Boys, who will prevail there, and as well, Havoc will challenge her belt, her knockouts title belt, to a former champion in the name of Gail Kim. And I'm sure there'll be much, much more, obviously. But right now, it looks to be a pretty darn good show. In any event, you know, looking forward, I don't know what everybody thinks about this Bram character, but this guy is like, he really appeals to me. He's one of these vicious guys. He's a guy that we haven't seen in any wrestling promotion in many, many years, just be as vicious as he has been. And he also is very charismatic, and he's very good as far as his in-ring skills go. So Bram can really go a long way in any wrestling promotion that he chooses to be with. And of course, teaming up with his friend Magnus against Dreamer and Devon should be an interesting match, hardcore wise. Dreamer and, of course, Devon have both been in hardcore matches throughout their career. Magnus, on the other hand, is not really a hardcore wrestler. So Bram will have to carry him, and we'll just have to wait and see what comes out of all of that. But it should be a pretty darn good match as far as a hardcore match goes. The Hardy Boys and Low Key against and Samoa Joe. I'm interested to see what's going to come out on this one. Um, Really, it's is it the experience of the Hardy Boys that are going to overcome the power of Samoa Joe and the great in-ring wrestling skills as well that Low Key has? He has this kind of demeanor in the ring where he just does things when you least expect it, and he pulls out all the stops. And of course, Samoa Joe, with the Muscle Buster and some of his various other moves. Joe being really the strongest of the four men in the ring. It's going to be an interesting tag team match as well to see what comes out on top there. Um, as far as Gail Kim and Havoc go, well, I think Havoc's going to retain the title. I think it's not quite yet time. And I do think if she does lose it, I don't think it's going to be to Gail Kim. Although, I've seen stranger things happen within the world of professional wrestling. But it's going to be interesting to see. Looking forward to that as well as many other things to come in TNA wrestling. So it looks to be a pretty good night of wrestling for a 2 hour card on Spike TV at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's been a very good week in the world of professional wrestling thus far. And I'm hoping it continues. As a wrestling fan, you know, when you watch a live show on a Monday night and it keeps you at the edge of your seat on the main event, you stay electrified. And you can't wait for the next wrestling show to come up. And that's pretty much how I feel for tonight's TNA Impact Wrestling. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And then after tonight, of course, there's SmackDown, and there's some strange things that probably are going to happen on SmackDown. Um, uh, the future is coming to the WWE, but indeed, right now, today is TNA Impact Wrestling. Watch it tonight. Um, I think for me, the match to watch tonight is going to be Bram and Magnus against Dreamer and Devon in a hardcore match. I'm really looking forward to that because we don't see a lot of this stuff as often as we might like to see, and it's not that it brings back the past, but it revives some of these wrestlers like Devon and Tommy Dreamer that have had such great careers, and obviously they're on their downward swing. They have been for quite some time, but this just gives them some added momentum and some incentive as well, to really showcase what they've had in the past and what they can still do now. So I'm really looking forward to that match. So in any event, looking forward to hearing Bobby Roode speak, and what will Kurt Angle have to say? Will we see Ethan Carter and Tyrus tonight? Um, you know, one just has to wait and see and find out. So looking forward to it. We'll see y'all next time. This is the one and the only Iceman, the most unpredictable and opinionated man here on YouTube.com. Subscribe, people.